It was an ordinary Tuesday evening in the city, gray clouds crawling low over the skyline, headlights dancing in puddles. Inside a sleek glass skyscraper, high above the chaos of rush hour, Evelyn Hart, the formidable CEO of Hartech Industries, closed her laptop with a sigh. Her security detail had been dismissed for the day, just like she always preferred. She was strong, sharp, and had built her empire without needing help from anyone. Meanwhile, just a few floors below, Raymond Keller, widowed, soft-spoken, and overlooked, was mopping the marble floors. A janitor for the past 5 years, Raymond was invisible to most. A man of calloused hands and threadbare shoes, struggling to raise his 10-year-old daughter, Mia, on his own. What nobody knew was that before tragedy struck, before he had to bury his wife and trade his uniform for a mop, Raymond had once worn another camouflage and boots, a Special Forces insignia on his chest. The elevator dinged. Evelyn stepped inside, her leather briefcase clutched tightly. She pressed the ground floor button, the doors slowly closing until a hand slid in and stopped them. 3 men stepped in, faces hidden beneath masks, jackets bulging with the shape of weapons. "Evening, Miss Hart," the tallest one said with a smirk. "We're taking a little detour." Evelyn's eyes narrowed. "If this is a robbery, I have security." "Not anymore," the man growled. "We've been watching you for weeks. We know your routines. This elevator is going to the parking garage. You'll hand over the codes, or things get ugly." From a dark corner of the lobby, Raymond watched the numbers on the elevator stall. The system had been tampered with. He squinted, unease settling in his gut. Then he heard it, Evelyn's muffled voice echoing faintly down the shaft through the old ventilation duct. His mop dropped. Without hesitation, Raymond took the maintenance stairs 2 at a time. His heart thudded, not with fear but with instinct. The soldier in him had been buried long ago, but tonight it clawed its way back. In the underground parking, the robbers shoved Evelyn out. One cocked his gun, barking demands for the codes to the secure servers. She refused. That's when a low voice echoed from the shadows. "Let her go." They spun around. Raymond stood there, nothing in his hands. No weapon, just his janitor uniform, sweat-soaked and worn. The tallest robber laughed. "You serious, old man?" But before he could blink, Raymond moved, a blur of motion. A swift pivot, an arm dislocated, a gun kicked across the floor. The second man lunged. Raymond ducked, rolled, struck his pressure point. Down. The third raised his weapon too slow. Raymond disarmed him, turned the weapon, and froze him in place with a command that only someone trained in combat could utter. Evelyn stood paralyzed. Within seconds, 3 trained criminals were moaning on the ground. She couldn't find the words. He looked at her, barely winded. "Are you all right, ma'am?" "You. Who are you?" he shrugged. "Just a janitor, ma'am." The police arrived soon after. The robbers were taken away, and Evelyn stayed silent the whole time, just staring at Raymond as if seeing him for the first time. The next morning, Raymond arrived at work to find his ID card didn't work. Panic set in. Had they fired him? Was this how they thanked him? He turned to leave until a receptionist called his name. "Mr. Keller, Ms. Hart would like to see you. Top floor." He stepped into the elevator, clean, polished, and quiet. It reached the top, and the doors opened to a stunning office with glass walls overlooking the entire city. Evelyn stood waiting. Not in a suit, not in her usual guarded stance, but with tears brimming in her eyes. "Why didn't you tell anyone?" She whispered. He looked down. Didn't think anyone would care. She walked up to him and placed a letter in his hands. He opened it slowly. A job offer. Head of corporate security. Full benefits. Twice the salary. And a full scholarship. For his daughter. Raymond stared at it, then at her. I don't understand." She stepped closer, voice trembling. "You didn't just save my life last night. You reminded me what courage looks like. You've been protecting this company quietly, unseen, every day. That ends now." Tears welled in his eyes. He hadn't cried since the day his wife died. But in that moment, he let them fall. For the first time in years, someone saw him, not as a poor janitor, but as a man of honor. And it changed everything.